All right, welcome, welcome, welcome. My name is Rob Gegner, and I'm joined by my good friend Adrian Foray,
What's going on, folks?
and we are the Traveling Mastermind. We're doing these daily hangouts to help regular people just like me and you build their businesses online, help plug them into networks and resources and tools that can completely change their lives, change their mindset, and change their business. So this is really exciting, man. This is like maybe like the second, third one that we've done. How are you feeling today or tonight,
Good, man.
brother?
Excited. For the first time when we were at the airport the other day, we were talking about it we were in Detroit, right? Yeah.
On a
Yeah,
layover.
very excited, man. After leaving that event in North Carolina, it was like, just so empowered, man. Just so many people the event was crazy, first of all. We just literally blew the lid off where were we at? The Embassy Suite Ballroom or wherever it was. So many lives being changed, just being impacted from the content that was brought from all the leaders. Of course, Dave Wood capped it off with some amazing content that just blew our lids. So, and now that we're back home, it's just time to implement these things. And, with the Traveling Mastermind, you heading it up with the rest of the team, myself and Dan, everybody else is going to be joining us. It's just time to implement everything we learn and put it out there in the world, like you said, empower people to let them know that they can do this too.
Yeah.
Every 90 days, we'll meet up at a new location and just keep empowering people, man. So I'm pretty excited about the whole thing for sure.
Exactly, exactly. And if you guys are watching this live and you're not connected to the Facebook group, you want to go to www.facebook.com/the Traveling Mastermind, and you can ask any questions. Do you know how to get the link? Can we post the link on Facebook and put that in the group? So
Yeah, because Corey said he could just get on. So let me get that link real quick.
what's or the link to watch?
Uh,
I still haven't figured that out.
yeah, let me.
While he's setting that up, I want to tell you what we're going to go through. Like a
Run.
true mastermind, what we're going to be doing at the beginning of all these hangouts, as we started to do yesterday, was to read through a book. And every month we're going to have a different book, or however long it takes us to finish a book, right? So the one that we're focusing on this month is Happy Pocket Full of Money. And if you don't have that, you can actually get it. You can go to Google, and you can type in Happy Pocket Full of Money, and you can download the PDF for free. And if you have some time, you can also listen to the audiobook that is on YouTube. One of the things that's the great thing about masterminds, because you can actually start to absorb this content and to discuss it with other people. I'm modeling this from the Think and Grow Rich call that Paul Hutchings does every morning at 9 a.m. Literally, they will get on a phone call, on a conference call, and they have like hundreds of people on there. Paul has been doing this since like 3 years ago, because he read the book Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill, and it completely transformed his life. So he decided to give back to everyone and to get on this call every morning. And he would read portions of the book. Like every morning he'd read like a chapter or a couple pages, and they would cycle through different books. Think and Grow Rich, The Science of Getting Rich by Wallace Wattles, other books that are completely impactful, and they would rotate them and always go back to the same handful of books. After years and years, they've always been doing like the same 3 or 4 books and studying the content. The first half of the call, they would just straight up read it, and then the last half would be a mastermind portion. So that's kind of what we're modeling right now with these Google Hangouts, because we want to give you as much value as possible. So we're going to be reading through a couple pages of Happy Pocket Full of Money, and then we're going to be discussing it. And then we also have a topic. One of the greatest takeaways that I got from this past weekend was this sales process. Literally, this guy named David Wood. If you don't know David Wood, he has created the system that we have plugged into to use to market ourselves and our businesses online. And he's a genius. He used to be homeless, living in a green van, and he struggled in network marketing for a long time, like a lot of us have, like I have. But then he found his way to the internet. And he made the decision one day when he was living in this van and he was just completely broke, and he got a ticket from a police officer for sleeping in his van. for 40 bucks, and that was all the money he had in his bank account. And he just got so fed up, so pissed off with just being broke, being broken, and just not having everything that he ever could want in his life. And he made a decision right there to never be in that situation again. So he just worked his butt off for the next 90 days online, and he started generating, like, in 90 days, I think he made like $30,000 online with like weeny commissions, where it was like really hard back in those days in 2009 to make a decent commission online. Now with the system that he's created, it's a lot easier for all of us. So anyway, after he's made that decision, he's created a lot of results, and he kind of laid out at this last event, and he's gone on in his own personal production, being an affiliate for the system and the company that he created. He's gone on to make over $100 million just by personal production alone with this company and with his system. So he lied. I mean, he's a genius, man. I'm actually working with his brother Will on these and my friend Amir as well on an event called Guru Training Camp, where we help people break through and build their businesses. It's kind of like an action-taking seminar. We did one like a month ago. We're doing another one September 18th, 19th, 20th, and 21st. So anyway, back to David Wood. He has mastered the art of communication. He has mastered NLP, neuro-linguistic programming, which is just a different way of communicating, just like by observing people and picking up on language patterns, and it has to do with language and observation. So he's sort of mastered all these skills, and he laid out a 12-step process that he uses in every single bit of content that he creates, even in his own speeches on stage, in his videos, in his information training products. Everything that he has ever created that has helped him create results of $100 million in personal production, he's laid out in these 12 guidelines, and we're actually going to be going on a rotating basis to study each one of them, and they're vague enough to let us put our own spin on it. So it's nothing like, you know, you must do this specifically. It's just like, as long as you follow these guidelines, you have the capacity to create unlimited income, as long as you keep mastering and mastering communication. So the first one is capture attention. The second one is build rapport. The third one is establish credibility. The fourth one is target a problem. The fifth one is give a solution. Then set expectations. Show social proof. Then benefits. Create an irresistible offer. Hi, this is Abby. Anyway, and then risk reversal, which pretty much means if you have some sort of money-back guarantee, that's when you would tell them, or you know, that's when you would give testimonials. Also, scarcity. That's number 11, and then the 12th one is call to action. So if you use all of these 12 steps in your communication, whether it's one-on-one with a prospect, someone on your team, or in a group of 10 people, 100 people, 1,000 people, it doesn't matter. If you hit all of these points in whatever you're communicating with other people, it's going to be extremely effective with whatever you're selling. Anything else to add to that, Adrian?
You hit it on the head, brother. So those are definitely the steps, and he just broke it down so methodically, you know what I mean? It's like, you know, obviously, like you said, Dave Wood's a genius at this, so I don't know. It's just taking each one of those steps and implementing it the proper way. Of course, practice makes perfect, so, you know, just repetition and consistently doing that and implementing every single step, and just get some amazing results. But it's nothing that happens overnight, you know. It definitely takes practice, but it's all something that's within us all, you know, just another way of communicating, you know. It's not trying to be extra salesy or anything, but just a different way of communicating. Exactly. So, awesome stuff. As far as that link to send it out, I can't get it figured out right now. We'll get it figured out before the next one.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
That's something we should know, right?
I should have figured it out first, but hey, if you guys are watching, that's kind of one of these things with technology, guys. You don't have to be perfect to do this stuff, you know. Just have fun. You keep it going, you know, and people like to see you're not perfect, you know what I mean? Just lets you know that anybody can do this stuff. So yeah. We've done Google Hangouts in the past or whatnot, but sometimes, you know, Google's always changing things, and, you know, we should have probably figured that out first. But no worries.
Exactly. Cool, cool. So, I guess I'll
Hey,
just
that's
start.
Corey.
Oh, Corey's on here.
Yeah, hopefully his voice is got another one of our traveling mastermind buddies, Mr. Corey Sales.
Hell yeah.
I don't know if he'll be able to. His microphone was messed up before, so he's gonna try to jump on anyway. But if not, it's on. If he needs to jump off, that's fine. But he's gonna try to get
Uh,
the mic working.
Unfortunately, our good friend Dan wasn't able to make it today, but he'll be on for tomorrow's hangout.
All right, yeah, guys, we're gonna get that link out to you tomorrow. If you definitely want to join us tomorrow, well, if we do it tomorrow, because tomorrow's 4th of July, we're definitely gonna do it tomorrow anyway for a little while.
We gotta,
That says
yeah.
a lot about people who do join us tomorrow. That just says a lot about you if you join us tomorrow.
That means you're committed to freedom.
Exactly. Changing your business, changing your life. We know tomorrow's Freedom Friday on top of being 4th of July, so we won't be really long tomorrow, but we definitely want to give a shout out to, just keep this thing going and being consistent no matter what's going on. Even if it was Christmas, we'd probably still do it and just have it real short and sweet. But
Yeah, man.
that's what successful people do, guys. It's just taking massive action each and every day.
It's like once you commit to something, you gotta follow through. It's like the Empower Hour calls. Like it doesn't matter if it's Christmas, Thanksgiving,
Ah,
Arbor Day. They do it every single Monday at 9 p.m. Rain or
every
shine,
single Monday.
and they've been doing it for the last 3 years.
3 years. I don't think they've missed one Monday, guys. Just being consistent and bringing value. Every Monday we have more people on the calls, joining the Power Network, and just listening to the vision, guys. Now we talk about money a lot and 100% commissions and all this and that, and that's all great, guys. But the fact of the matter really is it's about people. People are the product, and each and every one of us have some just amazing talents within us that we don't even know yet. It's like there's something within us, a power within us that we don't even know exists yet. And a Power Network helps you to tap into that and just really to become the person that you really need to be to succeed. I mean,
Right.
it's amazing what's going on here, guys. I mean, if you look at anybody who's in Power Network and saw the Facebook chains on people's walls going on after this past weekend,
Yeah.
it's just crazy, man. It's crazy. People think we're nuts, but I mean, we might be kind of nuts, dude, because you just smile from ear to ear when you hear the breakthroughs that people are getting, just the stories, the life-changing stuff that's going on. I'm excited, man.
Oh, it's the crazy ones that change the world, right?
Yeah. That
It's
was actually my banner that I had on my Facebook wall recently. Just the crazy ones are the ones that can change the world. There's thinking about all the successful people who were told that they couldn't do something or it was impossible or, be realistic. You know what I mean? The crazy ones that change the world, man. So I love
Yeah,
being part of the
man.
crazy ones. You know what I mean?
That's why I like Walt Disney so much because he had this huge vision. Nothing that, and I'm doing a little bit of research on him because one of my goals in life is to create my own theme park. That's why I'm moving down to Florida. That's why actually the next event we're going to be doing is going to be in near Disney World in Orlando.
Yeah.
And pretty much no one really believed that he can pull off. Like one of his dreams before Disneyland, before Disney World, was to have Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs be the first full-length animated feature film, and that's never been done before he did it. And everyone said that it couldn't. They didn't believe in him. They called it Disney's big flop or something like that before. And actually, it almost failed. Like they ran out of funding right in the middle of making it, and it almost was never completed. But somehow they turned it around and got it back on track. And it's one of the highest grossing. I think, however much it made, it was compared to. It was an equivalent to $130 million in modern times is what that film grossed. And that film earned the most not Tony Awards, Oscar Awards, right? Academy Awards in history. Walt Disney has the most Academy Awards, all because he believed in it when no one else did,
No one else did.
in creating theme parks and happiness for everyone
Yep.
when
I
no one
remember
else
some of
did.
I remember some of his early drawings. I remember reading about some of his early drawings and stuff, and people were saying, those are stupid, and just downing all of his drawings, saying they were dumb and they would never make it in the industry and this and that. And you know, I mean, the story speaks for itself. You know what I mean? It's crazy. Look at the Wright brothers. Whoever thought some freaking big pieces of metal would be flying us back and forth all over the world? You know what I mean?
Oh my God, exactly. It's like, I don't
Crazy.
know if you've ever read the book or watched the TED Talk video from Simon Sinek. He has a really awesome story about that. There's this guy named George Pierpont Langley or something like that, and at the time he was the golden child of aviation. Everyone had their bets on him creating the first flying machine. Like, he had the money, he had the New York Times following him around, and
Right.
everyone was like, this guy for sure. He hired the best team of scientists, the best team of engineers, technicians that money could buy to like get this flying machine. And no one ever heard of the Wright brothers. But what's the difference? He was just doing it for the fame, the recognition, and the money,
Right.
which is all well and good, but that's not going to get you much, right?
Right.
That's not going to get you any sort of lasting fulfillment. But
Right.
the Wright brothers, they didn't have the New York Times following them around. They didn't have a big budget. They didn't have the government backing them up. They had nothing. They were bicycle shop owners, but they
Haha.
had a dream, a vision, and the
Yeah.
will to follow it through and to carry it out. And what they had going for them was the loyalty, who saw their heart, who saw their passion, and saw their commitment to being the world's first people. And they weren't afraid to fail. Every time they went out, they took 6 or 7 spare parts, because every time they would go to fly, the thing would just crash and
Right.
burn, right?
Right. Right. That's crazy. That reminds me of a couple guys named Dave that with the same kind of, you know what I mean? Big vision. And everybody
Hmm.
thought they were going to collapse when they first started Empower Network 31, almost 32 months ago now, with the merchant problems and this and that, the 100% commission. People are like, how are you going to do 100% commission paper? And there's no company that can do that. And, this is going to go flop. And then the merchant account issues. And people just thought this was not going to work and just waiting to hear Empower Network collapse. But these guys' vision was just too big. The
Right.
dream and the vision of the Daves was just too big. They had a small group meeting, and everybody in that room believed in Dave and Dave. And look where we are now, 31 months later, over 300,000 members. I got the stats right here. It's just insane what's going on, guys.
Yeah,
Over three.
and if you guys don't know what we're talking about, if you don't know what Empower Network is, get back to the person who referred you. If there's not a link below, just message the person who told you about this hangout, the Traveling Mastermind, and we'll make sure that you get the info and that you're plugged into the system. Because this is what we're using as a launching pad for this Traveling Mastermind. It's an umbrella. The Traveling Mastermind is an umbrella for Empower, and Empower is an umbrella for the Traveling Mastermind. We have a symbiotic relationship. It's a system
Exactly.
that we're using to gather a core group of people that we can attend these events every 3 months, along with other events that will sharpen our mindset, sharpen our skill set, sharpen our belief in ourselves and our belief in other people, that we can use that knowledge and mastermind with it with our core group of people while traveling the world, building a lifestyle, creating financial freedom, and helping other people do the same thing as us, opening up more time and space for them to spend with their families, to do what they love, and to just really enjoy their lives, and just to get rid of all the stress that was just killing them. I
Right.
know in my story, I was working a string of jobs that I really wasn't passionate about. They was just burning me out. The last job I was going door to door, selling gas and electric, and it was a great job, huge. My boss was very wealthy, really really cool guy. I respected him, and I really liked that job because it focused a lot on leadership. But it was just burning me out, and my body couldn't take it anymore. I started getting sick, and I knew there had to be a better way. So finally, I just took the leap into full-time entrepreneurship, linked up with a bunch of people who become my business partners, like Dan, like Corey, like Adrian, and we just locked arms and we're like, we're going to do this. And that's how the Traveling Mastermind came to be. It's just seriously just a group of entrepreneurs who um, didn't want to do the same old grind anymore. They didn't want to work for anyone else anymore, and they wanted to have control of their own life, have control over their own destiny. And why not? Sure, time is precious, right? I had this huge vision as I was working. I was like, I want to create a theme park, and like I don't want anything to stop me. So why not just go after it now?
Right.
Yes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, just go after it. It's crazy, guys. Once you put your intention in the world and you're very clear, it's like you were saying at the airport, Rob, when we did that video right before we left Joni and went to go board our flight. Like you were saying, just you put your intention out there and it's very clear. It's like the universe knows. Whatever you want to call it, God, the universe, everything just starts working and you start connecting with the people that you need to be, people who are going to find you, because everything just starts aligning once you're very clear on your intention and what you want to do. Doesn't matter if you have the finances, the resources, whatever. Once you take the first step and make your intention very clear and just stay consistent and stay taking massive action, things just start happening, and it's crazy. Like the feeling of this weekend, just meeting so many people from Houston. Remember, I was telling you at all the other events, I've never met so many people in Houston, but my intention was clear, and there's something different about the energy in North Carolina this past weekend. I met so many people from Houston. It was just like, whoa, like this is just mind blowing. So,
And on that note, guys, if you are in the Houston area or you know someone in the Houston area, we're going to be putting on a pretty big event Thursday, July 10th at 7 p.m., location to be announced. And just kind of like, for those of you who have been in MLM or network marketing, and when you've gone in, right, the market was pretty saturated. I'm sure there was an event going on in every city. Well, I don't want to spoil all the details, but the system that we're using is going offline, and we're creating these events. And the most exciting thing is if you join now and if you pay attention to exactly what we're saying, and this isn't a scare tactic, this isn't scarcity, this isn't trying to put fear into you, but there is a very, very, very short period, a window of time that might last a couple months, might last a year until it's everywhere. Almost kind of like when Facebook was starting, only a very select few people in a dorm room knew about it, and then they left that dorm room. They went to, maybe one person went to Canada, one person went to Europe, another person, and it just kind of started growing like wildfire, right? Same with Google, same with Apple, same with anything, any huge movement, any huge like revolution starts with a very, very few people, and it just keeps branching out and branching out. And right now, there's no one doing what we are about to do. We're about to corner the market in Houston. We're about to gather our tribe, gather our troops, expand out. And if you capitalize on the opportunity right now with building these live events that we're going to be doing on a consistent weekly basis, well, you're going to be riding high for the rest of your life, living off of the fruits of your labor, because you put in the work, you put in the time, you put in the effort. Everything that's ever been great, it goes through a period of I don't know the exact, if you can let me know the exact, first it's feared, then it's hated, then it's criticized, then it's eventually accepted and widespread. It's like a method to it.
I think it's criticized, then ridiculed. Yeah, it's a three-step. I got that here somewhere too, Pope. It's like I got it in the notes, man. We got power pack notes. Sorry, guys, if we're kind of scattered back and forth. We're just kind of bouncing around right now. But there's three stages that they all go through, and it's there it is: criticized, ridiculed, and then condemned. And then, of course, at the end, it's self-evident, which is basically what happened with Empower Network, as far as it being criticized in the beginning and ridiculed. And then it became self-evident that what Dave's put out there is very true and it works. I mean, 31 months later, like Rob just said, nobody out there is doing what Empower Network's done. Period.
Right. And what we're about to do as a team, as a group.
Yeah.
Go
ahead.
I mean, no one's about to do what we're doing inside of the Empower Vision as the Traveling Mastermind, coming together as a unit, going to these events, discussing the information, applying it to our daily lives, and doing nothing but traveling all over the world helping people. And that's a unique opportunity that you have right now at your fingertips.
That's it. See, we got Corey on the line. What's going on, Corey? He's just listening in, and the mic's messed up still. No worries, bro. No worries. Good to see you, though.
Oh, what? Principle 1.
Oh, there we go.
Yo.
Yeah, there you go. He's got it.
All right. I think that's a sign from the universe for us to dive
Yeah.
into
Don't.
today's.
I can't see the first one. Don't criticize the.
Don't criticize, condemn, or complain. Principle 1.
There we go.
There you go.
There we go.
What is that?
Which book
How
is
to Win
that?
Friends and Influence People. Dale
Dale
Carnegie.
Look at that.
Yo.
Yeah.
That's what's up. I feel like he's like a silent mime right now.
Yeah, right on. Thanks for that, brother.
That's something that I'm going to put in my audible.com. I'm going to download that audiobook and listen to like on 3 times the speed. I was listening to Eric Worre this morning.
Yeah.
GoPro. Yesterday I finished up in just a couple of hours the Way of the Peaceful Warrior, which I'm also going to turn into a ride. The Way of the Peaceful Warrior, and it sounds like Alvin and the Chipmunks because it's so fast, but it's so awesome, and you get used to it and gets like stuck in your brain. So that's the best way to consume information is by listening to on fast speeds through an audiobook. Another good tip for you. So let's dive into the reading portion, and then we'll get into the first concept, capture attention. So what I want you guys to do is pay attention to what I'm talking about, and if you have a notebook, please take that out, take some good notes, because this is a book that you're going to want to have to read a couple times to fully get it. You know how they say the book is different every time you read it, every time you consume it? Well, Happy Pocket Full of Money may seem like a simple concept, but it's actually a very, very deep book with a lot of hidden layers, and it's something you need to listen to constantly and to read constantly to fully get what it's actually talking about. So let's dive in today's reading right now. And again, if you have a notebook, you can take notes. And if you're watching this, even if it's on the recording, if you have any questions, anything any comments, anything like that, just go to the Facebook page, facebook.com/the Traveling Mastermind, and you can ask your questions or whatever it is you want to type in there. Okay, this section of internal value that represents on the outside as money, when exercised, is called wealth consciousness. It is available to all people equally and can be developed by and within all people equally. Like everything else that is important to our being alive, such as air, wealth consciousness is free to all. But you can choose to develop it or not develop it, or to exercise it or not. At any time, you can change your choice, and nothing outside of you can stop you. You require nothing outside of yourself to increase your wealth consciousness, and therefore your money. All you need is within you right now. You may have forgotten it, but it is right there. You will now remember it. And the first step to that is always to remember that money is not real. It is the shadow of something else. And here's another secret. Wealth consciousness is simply the expansion of your consciousness and awareness into the wealthy parts of yourself. That is why all you need to increase your wealth consciousness is within you already. You are already wealthy. But you have been taught to choose not to experience your wealth. This insight changes everything. Like the wealthy people, you can now know how to choose and start experiencing the wealthy you. You have more wealth capability within you than you can possibly experience in a lifetime. You need not worry that you have reached your limit of becoming wealthy in any way or because of any condition. Neither do you need to know how to connect wealth consciousness into paper cash, money. As you will see, it will happen automatically. All you need to do is to expand your wealth consciousness and exercise it, act on it, be in it, and the situations and opportunities for the equivalent conversion into cash money will present themselves automatically to you. None of the extremely wealthy people today could have, at the time when they were not wealthy, possibly predict and planned the exact sequence of events that would lead to their immense wealth. They most probably had a set of goals and a plan, but any one of them will tell you that they met countless coincidences and opportunities that joined the dots for them in ways that they could have never predicted. Their goals were their own doing, but the paths that led them to coming into being and exceeding them were amazingly intelligent yet unforeseen. You shall now see how to make them happen in your life. You may not be able to predict their sequence, but you can certainly make these fortunate coincidences happen to you in everyday life. By the way, it is not only paper money that is not real. A lot of the things around you that you hold so real really are not real either. You are about to embark on a beautiful, empowering, and liberating journey that will show you exactly what your world is in a way that you have never looked at it before. It is a journey that will open your eyes and free your wings. You are about to look under the hood of life. You are about to learn how to customize your world to your liking. You are about to attain wealth consciousness. Once you do, avoiding success and wealth will become very difficult. Yes, you read that correctly. Once you have wealth consciousness, it will be very difficult for you not to have success and wealth. Success and wealth will follow you automatically wherever you go. You will not need to concern yourself with their quest, yet they will find you. You will be free to experience other aspects of life that you may not have even dreamt before, dimensions of self and life that are truly amazing. The same goes with happiness, for you will see it here in this book as well. Let us now get started on the real stuff if you are interested. So now here's the steps to wealth and happiness. You are now on a journey, at the end of which you shall know how to create all the wealth and happiness you ever wished for. Now, without any limits, you shall soon also know many timeless truths about who you really are, what you are doing here, and what this game of life is all about. Here are the steps of the journey you are now taking with this book. You shall first take a simplified look at quantum physics, for knowing what you and the world are made of is the first key to knowing how to make it your way. After this, you will never look at the world the same way again. You shall have an amazing sense of involvement and power in the universe. Then the secrets of time shall be unveiled, beginning with the fact that time does not exist. You shall learn how to use this illusion instead of being used by it. There is only now. You now will learn how to create your universe out of the quantum field using images of your mind. This is the first part of the creation lessons. You then learn how to create using your thoughts. You will learn the right way to think and what the mind is really for, and when to shut it down for your own benefit. You will then look at the power of true goal setting in the thousands, in a way that you may never heard before, a most powerful way. Next will come the most powerful creation tool of all, your state of being. The final creation tool, action, will then be uncovered in its true position and purpose to you. You shall then learn the magical and vital ingredient of certainty and learn how to have plenty of it. Now, it will be time to look at the prime law of the universe and how to use it to have happiness and wealth in abundance. This is the law of cause and effect. While still in this law, we shall look at what conditions really are. This will shock you, make you laugh, empower you, and free you. While still on conditions, you shall see how you are and shall realize ever-present success and never fail. Then you shall look at a prime killer of wealth and happiness and how to totally avoid it. You will then move on to progressively larger things. You will start with your self-chosen purpose here on earth. Why did you come here? You shall see. Then the gift of giving and the gifts it brings in return will fully be given to you. The power of gratitude now shall be unveiled. This will prove to be extremely powerful for you. Finally, it will become time to look at consciousness. What makes you here, now, awake? And then it will get really interesting when you have a look at yourself, the first cause of all that is in your world. Get familiar with yourself, and your world will change dramatically. After that, you shall see what is larger than the self, that which you and all else a part of it. It is the one. Knowing how you relate to all that is, the source, then experiencing this will put you in a position of immense joy and abundance. And on that note, you shall see how abundant you really are. From there, you will look at your real nature and how to reclaim it. It is the nature of pure joy. Then coming around full circle, you shall see how to best handle paper money, as you know it now, to increase wealth. And to close this part of the journey, you will be guided into the next empowering steps you may wish to take after you first finish this book. I'm going to end it there. What do you
Yeah,
guys? That's pretty deep stuff, huh?
freaking deep.
Yeah.
Yeah, but man, guys, I hope, man, for anybody who's listening to this live, I hope you got that, took some notes. We'll definitely go over it again, but man, that was pretty deep. You know, it just goes back to what we were saying as far as putting a clear intention out there, and like you were talking about being certain. You know, having a certainty. And I remember, um, on a call a few Mondays back, with Tony Rush was talking about. He No, actually, no, that wasn't on a call. That was in New Orleans, because remember he drew it up on the board, because I have it in my book here. And he was saying, which was very key, he was saying there's a lot of posts that he'd done. You know, you focus and you spend so much time on doing a certain post, and you're like, okay, this is the one, but you're not really certain. When you're putting posts out there, you're putting content out there, but you're not certain. You're kind of like, okay, well, I hope this gets to the viewers that I needed to, or, you know, hopefully this one works, you know. You're not really certain. But he said once he was very just certain about the content he was putting it out, whether it was just a blog post, an article, a video, and he just really connected and said, you know what, I know for a fact this content that I'm going to put out is going to reach this person, or going to reach that person, or be certain value to this many people. Once he decided he was certain on everything that he put out, things just started happening. You know, you really have to be certain. Like you said, it just goes back to a clear intention. When you're doing things with kind of a, you know, I hope maybe this will work. Just like when you get started with Empower Network or anything else, you have to start with 100% conviction that this is going to work. You can't just put your toe in and say, you know, I'll try this. I'm going to see if this works. No, you know, I'm going to do this. I know this is going to work. I'm going to die trying, period. And that's it. So that just goes back to that whole chapter right there. It's just complete conviction and knowing what you're going to do is going to work with the end result in mind. So
Exactly.
yeah.
And how you do one thing is how you do everything. So if
Yes.
you have doubt and uncertainty in one area of your life, well, chances are that's actually bleeding over and carrying over to your business.
Right.
So maybe your business is not succeeding because you don't have that certainty. So if you just get super honest with yourself, I mean, write some stuff down and just be honest with where you are. You know, take the ego out for a little bit and be like, hey, you know, am I really where I want to be? Am I really creating the results that I really want to get, or could I be doing more? And
Right.
once you get clarity of where you're at, well, it's easier to make the next move to get to where you want to go.
Right. Another thing is just to believe in yourself. You know, you really have to know that it's possible for you. I know I dealt with that for a long time, because you see these people who are just getting success, and people who've even joined certain things after me and just zoom past me and like, man, what am I doing wrong? You know what I mean? Or what is this person doing that I'm not doing? And a lot of times just being consistent. A lot of times it's the belief system. You know, I might be doing more work than that person, but I don't have 100% conviction and belief of what I was going to do. And like I said, this used to be a problem with me in the past. And you have to believe, just have 100% conviction of what you're doing is going to work. We don't always know how, but just believe that it's gonna work. You know, when you have all these top runners who are laying it out for you, especially Dave Wood and all these top runners who are laying it out for you, you just have to trust the process and keep going. Just trust the process and keep going forward, guys.
Exactly. Corey, can we hear you now?
He jumped on there twice. I think he might be still having problems with his mic.
Okay.
We'll get all this worked out, guys. We'll have more people on the call with us for the next one.
Exactly.
Issues and technology. That's just how it goes.
Yeah. I mean, this is gonna grow. We're already getting a lot more people interested in what we're doing in our mission. So, if you know anyone else that could benefit from this information, just plug them into this resource. These daily hangouts. These are going to be consistently just getting better and better and better. And we're doing this for you guys. We're getting this so don't be afraid to bring your prospects or your team or your network here. Doesn't matter if you're already in Empower, it doesn't matter what team you're on, it doesn't matter if you're in a network marketing business, it doesn't matter if you have a regular business. Listen, guys, the content that we're putting out here on a daily basis, it's good for anyone. Like, these books have changed lives. The products that we have that we're using, the information training products, is taught by people who make $100,000 in a month. Results not guaranteed, but again, we're looking for the people that are looking. So we're creating this group of people, and we're going to be bringing out other experts who are really good in certain topics. So this is a one-stop shop. So anything you need, don't be afraid to bring your people here, and we will plug them into this community, this traveling mastermind, and we'll be pumping out some valuable information here.
Yes, guys. Like Rob just said, we're going to have some of these top earners and leaders that are going to be joining this call. Once we get things boosted here and get a lot of people on here,
exactly.
They've already agreed to jump on this call with us and just drop some more valuable content. When you hear it from the top earners, guys, it's just more impactful. So, like I said, friends, family, it doesn't matter. Have them join us and just enjoy this powerful content, this value we're going to be putting out, because it's about to get crazy. This train is leaving the station. I mean, guys, what just happened? Look, Corey's smiling. He can hear us right now. What happened in North Carolina this weekend was just mind-blowing. I'm telling you, just profound. I mean, people from all different walks of life, people from all over the globe, from as far as Australia to Austria to wherever, came to North Carolina. No matter how many hours it took them to fly there, how many planes they had to jump on, they just made a decision. And from all the video and all the pictures and all the tears, all the laughter, just everything that happened out there, it's just... Yeah. It's evident that we're changing the world. We're not in the process of changing we're changing the world right now.
One person at a time.
Yeah.
I feel like every event there's someone they reach out to and just they transform their life right there. Like this past event, right? There was this woman who was homeless. She had just enough to get there, but she was completely homeless, and she started just breaking down and crying. And the CEO, Jonathan Krodstadt, or I think that's his name, he was pretty much like, hey, don't worry about it. We're going to help you get back. An event before that, there was a woman who was also homeless, but she needed eye surgery. Dave Wood didn't even bat an eyelash, and he agreed to pay $9,000, which is nothing for him. For her, he didn't even hesitate. He said, okay, we're going to pay for your surgery.
Yeah.
That was that.
Just like that. It's just Dave Wood's heart is so... And that's another thing, guys. Let me just take a step back real quick and just say, you know the story about Dave Wood. They were both homeless. But this is the thing about Dave Wood. He was already making 6-7 figures. I mean, he did not need to start Empower Network. He was already living in the mountains of Costa Rica. He could have just continued building his other businesses and just generating income and live anywhere in the world, do anything you want. Bringing on a business, that's a lot of headache. That's a lot of everything when you're trying to build a business. And he did it anyway. And even after all the struggles and all the things that went on in the beginning, like we talked about with the merchant account and everything else, they just kept it going. All those problems, they could have easily said, you know what, Dave, it just might not work. So let's just forget about it. But no, they were just determined, and the vision never stopped. And here we go again, 31 months later. Guys, this is this is just stupid. This is
Right.
crazy. Crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, and what we have right now is nothing compared to where we're going and the vision. Adrian's got a huge vision. Corey's got a huge vision. Dan's got a huge vision. Val has a huge vision who couldn't get on this hangout, but she's someone who I'm really happy to be a part of this traveling mastermind because she's got an incredible story and she really wants to help change the world. She wants to reach out to kids who are less fortunate and help build a foundation around them. And we'll get into her later, but let's see. Let's get into some things that you can really start applying right now, and we're gonna start on step 1 of that 12-step process. Now, if you guys are not getting all the results that you want right now in your business, maybe you've been in for like a year or so, maybe you're building a traditional MLM business and you're not quite getting the prospects that you want. It could be a couple of things, but the first step in this process that Dave Wood laid out is to capture attention. And yeah, I know that especially in network marketing, the trend is to tend to be like everyone else. I know when I first started, what was everyone doing, right? They were dressing up in suits. Dressing up in suits, and like I look sharp in a suit. I love wearing suits. I used to work corporate jobs, and I don't mind. You know, other people feel like the tie is constraining them. I don't really wear suits that much anymore, because obviously at the Empower events, like it's refreshing because you can wear whatever you want. Like Dave Wood goes on stage with like flip flops and tank tops. He wears nothing but tank tops. I was surprised to see him in an actual T-shirt.
T-shirt, right?
Yeah, that was weird. I was like, "Who are you?"
Yeah.
Why are you wearing a T-shirt?
T-shirt and jeans, usually in tank top and shorts, but it was pretty cold in there. They probably gave him a heads up, so he's like, you might want to wear at least a T-shirt and some pants.
Yeah. But like they kind of teach you, and aren't we all taught, right, from a very young age to conform? That's what school is for. That's what college is for. That's what jobs are for, and you kind of conform. And then even when you're introduced to this network marketing industry, like you're going to make so much money, you're going to have financial freedom, you're going to get time to spend with your kids and go travel the world and dip your toes into the hot sand. What happens then? Like there is a huge there's conformity. Yep. Like you have to wear a suit, you have to do a presentation a certain way. God forbid you try to go on the internet. Like there's some top leaders who have tried to do that in their traditional MLM, and they've been blacklisted and banned for their companies for going outside of the system, outside of the make a list of your 200 closest family and friends, and then call through them and then burn through them and get them to hate you, and you lose all your friends and family. Which I've done that before. I've had my family feel sorry for me and buy products, and then like every time I go back to them because I want to try to win this contest, I really need you to buy something, they'd be turned off by it. Yeah. And they'd never talk to me again.
Oh my God, it's such a familiar story. It's crazy that almost everybody who's been through MLM, and have people that are probably watching this right now, guys, if you're an MLM or have been, you know the story, chasing your family and friends down. I don't know how many times I've asked my mom, my grandma, my aunt, my dad, my brothers to come to a home party or a hotel party or buy some product or whatever. It's
there's something wrong with the industry. It's like there's so many people doing it, right? It's a huge industry. It's like $1 billion industry.
Right.
But what we're doing with this system, especially going offline with these events, it's combining the best of both worlds, right? So with Empower, you've got online. You can do however you want. It's like it is your business. You're not confined to a box. You can build it online. You can build it offline. You can send smoke signals. You can send carrier pigeons. You can go into outer space and market to the Martians. It doesn't matter, man. You can do whatever. This is your business, and we're not here to tell you how you can live. Just like other people, just like Dave Wood, we're just giving you the framework of what works, the guidelines, It's like the 8 core commitments: market daily, read daily, listen to audios daily.
Right.
Market daily doesn't mean call 100 people every single day. That's very narrow, that's very specific, and not everyone can do that. We've got
Yeah.
people in our teams that are 80 years old. We've got people in our teams that are grandmothers, that are great-grandmothers. We've got people in our teams that are 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 years old working with their mothers and fathers building this business. I was just on a Google Hangout before with my team under Avram and Nikki, Avram Gonzalez and Nikki Magdalena. We had a girl who was on, and it was a leaders-only panel. I was involved. Maybe there was like 5 other people on this leaders-only panel for Team Have It All, and there was a girl named Abby Elliott who is going into the 9th grade, who's building this business with her parents, and she was sharing her experiences at North Carolina and her huge breakthroughs. And it was something Dave Wood said that like flipped a switch in her brain, that she just started going crazy taking pictures and videos. And there's no doubt in my mind she's going to be wildly successful just going into the 9th grade. There was a person at the last event who was like, what was he? He was like 12 years old working with his father, Yessi, from somewhere in Europe. And oh my God, there's people of all ages. So if you think that there's no excuse that you can come up with, because there are people who are younger than you, there are people who are older than you, there are people with physical deformities, there are people with spinal disease who couldn't get out of their bed, there are people with every excuse known to man who are making this work, who are making 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 100, up to $100,000 every single month. Again, we can't guarantee what you're going to do, what you're going to make. You may be lazy. You might not want to do anything and get distracted and go watch TV right now. You might never want to like hear from us again. That's fine. You can do that because you're free to. But if you're paying attention to us right now, you know that you're here for a reason. You know that you're here for a purpose. You know that you want more out of life. You know that life is not just about sitting in the cubicle 9 to 5 wasting your life away. You know that you would be rather be on a beach. You know that you'd be rather connecting with people who want to connect with you. You know you'd be rather hanging out with people that you can share similar interests with, that you can have fun with, that you can love, that you can feed off of. You can have mentors surrounding you who are making way much more money than you, but who are actually not afraid to reach out their hand and say, hey, I did this. I was broke. I was busted. I was where you are right now. Grab my hand, come with me. I'm going to show you how to do it. I'm not going to hold your hand, but I'm going to empower you to do it yourself and show you exactly, if you follow this path, you are guaranteed to get to where you want to go.
Exactly. Exactly right. Couldn't have said it better myself, brother.
Yeah. So back to the first step, capturing attention, right? So maybe you're writing blog articles. There's so many different ways to market. Maybe you're doing Facebook marketing. Maybe you're shooting a video every day and doing a video challenge. Maybe you're just talking to prospects one-on-one. You want to write this down. What makes me unique? What makes me stand out? What makes me different than every other person doing the same thing I'm doing? Why should people listen to you? Why should people think that you're an expert? That's how you capture attention. There's so many different ways to do it, right? And just like little tricks that you can like asking questions, right? If you're shooting a video, asking questions is a really, really good way to capture people's attention rather than be like, hi, my name is Rob Gegner, or I'm going to teach you this. Like, ask a question. Be like, have you ever, I don't know, give me an example of a question that you would start a video with.
I'd say, whoa, somebody got a, is that yours?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
I can even start off like, just anything to get people thinking. Like, remember when you used to dream and it felt so real? I mean, just anything to get people like thinking, like, wow, Get them thinking, Get them thinking right off the bat, like any kind of question. I can't even think of one right off the bat. It was blank.
Have you ever asked a question so powerful that made people completely snap into attention? I don't know. So whatever it is you do, use your imaginations, use your creativity.
Something like, when's the last time you did something fun for the first time? Gotta
Mm.
get people thinking. Because
There
people
you
do
go.
things random, you everyday weekend things like tomorrow's 4th of July. People might, go barbecue, go to the beach, the same old. But who's gonna do something tomorrow for the first time?
First
Everybody
time.
wants to do something fun for the first time because that's what life's about, chasing peak
Trying new
experience,
things.
guys. You know, taking life to
Exactly.
the next level. When's the last time you did something fun for the first time? And if not,
Mm.
write it on your bucket list. Do it. Whatever it takes to make that happen, do it. Remember the
Exactly.
first time I went skydiving was, peak experience, guys. Peak experience.
Yo, skydiving. I had like trouble breathing, and I like my skydiving instructor was like, I thought I was doing it right? I was trying to arch my back, but I just couldn't breathe, and I was so ashamed, right? The I had the video, right? I paid extra for them to
Right?
videotape this. I was like, it's gonna be so awesome. I'm gonna
Yeah,
get
yeah,
on video, right? But I don't know. I was doing something wrong, and the skydive instructor was doing nothing but yelling at me, like screaming at me, and I was just so embarrassed. To this day, I've never watched that recording.
Oh,
I
that sounds like a bad first
I
experience.
hid it somewhere. Hey, but I would try it again. I would do it again.
Well, let's do it.
Let's do it again. Let's go skydiving. Let's go bungee jumping. Let's go swimming with
Let's do
sharks.
it.
Let's go swimming with dolphins. Let's live life now. That is the purpose of why we're here, Adrian.
That is the purpose of why we're here, folks.
That is that's what the traveling mastermind is all about.
Yes, it is. And when you see these experiences that we have every 90 days at these locations, I promise you guys, this is like, they literally are life changing. People from all walks of life, all backgrounds, people crying, laughing, just bonding with people that they never would have thought in their life. Just these experiences are just, they're life changing. They're moving. They have you go back to your home, wherever you're from, maybe in a situation where you're, down in the dumps every day and your surroundings are already negative. But going to these events may have you go back to your hometown, your community, with a different kind of spirit, a different kind of walk. You walk with your chest out, a different kind of confidence that's going to help you to achieve your goals and just do something different than you did prior to going to an event like we have in the Power Network, guys. So, hey, this is the
Exactly.
time to get started. This is the time, guys. The train's leaving the station.
Yeah. You don't want to be left in the dust. Back
Exactly.
to some actionable steps that you can make, little tweaks to help capture attention a little bit better. David Wood is a master at this, and he'll do little things like in one video, right? He was like, "Hey, do you smell popcorn?"
Oh, yeah.
A random thing to do, right? And it's just like kind of makes you like being like, what? Like he is a master of that. And like I've done like a lot of that stuff in my videos too, just like do something random and crazy, right? Like
Yeah.
jump into the ocean to get someone's attention. He's jumped into pools, he's jumped into oceans, he's hung
Right.
out in jungles with monkeys. He even shot one where he takes you into his bathroom. So he's like there, he starts talking, he's like, hold on 1 second. So he's talking to you, and the camera follows him, and he's still talking as he's peeing in the urinal. That's definitely attention grabbing, right? Like I don't.
Attention grabbing.
Ugh. In fact, I have to pee, so I might take you with me.
Right. Always Dave. You never know with Dave, guys. Oh my gosh. And that's the thing. You just got to have fun with this. And one of the things we always talk about too with Empower, a lot of leaders go on stage and speak. We just think too much, guys. A lot of people just overanalyze. They overthink things. Now that might not be good. And what will people think about me? That's a huge one right there. Who cares what people think about you, guys? I was talking to a guy just the other day. Matter of fact, Bill Brenneman. He's out here in Houston as well. I don't know if you got to meet him or not, but he's out here in Houston as well. And I talked to him yesterday. He lost his first wife, unfortunately. He got remarried, and I recently went through a divorce with his second wife. And what he was saying was, first of all, that he took his first wife for granted and didn't appreciate her. I really shouldn't have just put his whole full name out there. I apologize for that. I should have just said Bill. So I apologize for putting his whole name out there. But basically, he was just saying that one of the things about him is that he has a lot of self-limiting beliefs. Now, this guy is probably in maybe his 60s at least, and he said he has a lot of self-limiting beliefs. And it's crazy, guys, because there's so many people out there the same way. They just do not believe in themselves. Everything we need to be successful is within us already. And the self-limiting beliefs is something that's huge, and it happens to a lot of people. And that's another reason why Empower Network just helps to empower you and tap into what you already have and help you realize that you can make this happen. So, yeah, I don't know if I kind of got off the subject there, but I just thought that
No,
was
dude, I can totally relate. For a good 4 to 5 years, I've been definitely battling and struggling massive anxiety, massive depression,
right.
totally self-limiting beliefs, totally
Yeah,
just like from going from having an abundance of energy, going from having a huge childlike wonderment of the world, huge vision, massive creativity, being extremely talented and skilled at music, writing. I was writing novels, and then one day everything shifted. I lost I accidentally deleted a novel that I was working on back in 2009. I had broken up with my girlfriend, my long-term girlfriend, and that completely shattered my heart. And I was diagnosed around that time with an autoimmune disease, and after that, just catapulted into a whole anxiety and depression that I've never experienced before. So I've been there. I've been to the lowest of lows, and I know what it feels like. I also know what it feels like to rise out of it and to
right.
get your composure back, to get your belief back, and to just continue on the path no matter what you've been dealt with, what cards you've been dealt in life, because it's worth it. It's worth it to get back on the horse
It
and just
is.
to keep going.
It is. It's so worth it, guys. And then when you're surrounded by like-minded people who are there to encourage you and empower you, and just, you know how much it does for you when somebody just looks in your eyes and tells you they believe in you and you can do this.
I believe in you.
Yeah,
You can do
I
this.
believe in you. I mean, sometimes it's all people really need to hear, just that they believe in you and you can do this. I don't care who you are, where you're from, what your background is. Doesn't matter what your past is, whether it's abuse, divorces. I know all that's hurtful and everything, but none of that matters. What matters is right now, today, and moving forward. You have to
Exactly.
come to a point where you have to put everything else to the side and make the best decision for your life to just move forward and get back on a positive note and
Yeah.
stay there. It's not always easy, but you have to have accountability partners and people surrounding you with that same mindset, same energy. You have to. Absolutely
Exactly.
have to. Surround yourself with greatness.
And then you will become great.
Yes, sir. Yeah, we're coming up on an hour. I think maybe a little over an hour. If you want to touch upon a couple more things, and
Yeah, just a couple quick tips around the idea of capturing attention. Then
yeah,
we'll let you guys go, and
put
then
a
we'll meet up
bow on it.
tomorrow. But so tomorrow's the 4th of July, and this is something that Justin Verunji always talks about on stage. Is you wanna be sexy in your videos. You want your videos to be attractive and hypnotic, and the best way to do that is to shoot them outside.
Yeah,
Obviously, it's dark outside. It's not the best thing to do right now, and I don't know about Google Hangouts, but I was on a Hangout earlier today, and I was outside on the porch. But when you're shooting videos and you're speaking to your target market and your audience, you don't want to show them like white walls. You want to show lifestyle. Even when Justin was completely broke and busted, living in Costa Rica, but barely being able to afford his rent of $400 a month, he chose not to shoot his videos in his tiny apartment, but to shoot it in the pool. And I shoot a lot of my videos by the pool, and that's what I'm going to continue to do. And maybe if you're not by a pool, you can go out in the woods or outside somewhere. Maybe there's some geese or some squirrels and some chipmunks that want to like hang out and be in your videos. I don't know.
yeah. Totally. I always go to the duck pond. I do a lot of videos over at the duck pond. Walk with my kids. Got the little baby ducks and all that in the background. People love seeing that stuff. Nature, things going on in the background. And another thing is, don't edit your videos. This is coming from Dave Wood himself, the genius, the master, the wizard. Don't edit your videos. People want to see you stutter. People want to see you, mess up a little bit. It's okay.
Yeah.
How many times we fumbled up a sentence or messed up something here? It's okay. It's natural. Later on down the road when you get really good and you're making money and you got professionals to do that. That's fine and dandy if you want to do that then. But in the beginning, who cares? Be natural. Shoot your video once. Stumble over your words. Just who cares? Post it and you'll see that people are just like, wow, if that person can do it, then I can do it.
Yeah.
I look back at some of my videos from 2009, 2000. Oh my God, like just horrific. I can't even watch them all the way through. But they've always said, don't take them down. Just leave them up there. You know?
Oh yeah.
Leave them up.
Those first videos, like he said, are going to be the ones to drive you a lot of traffic down the
Yeah.
road. Once you actually have been consistent, like we are doing these hangouts every day, people get to know you, like you, and trust you, and you've built a name and a brand for yourself. Oh yeah, they're going to want to see where you started. So those are the most valuable ones, even if
Yeah.
you are a complete idiot on camera. Even if you look like horrible and your teeth are bad and your hair's messed up and you
Yeah.
people can't spell it on the internet. Um, Even if you look like you haven't showered in a year, like
Right.
a lot of my friends, leave those videos up because they're gonna benefit you down the road.
Yeah. Get them up, guys. Get them up. And that's my challenge for you guys today, actually. You know, we always do, people do selfie pictures and all the time. You know, it's just so easy to do a picture and say, look at me, look at my, look, you know, selfies. But I challenge you today to do a video, guys. Just do a video and post it on Facebook. Doesn't matter if it's 5 seconds, 10 seconds. Just say, hey, my name is so-and-so from wherever, and that's it. Or whatever. Just a short,
That's it.
sweet.
Period.
That's it, period. Hey, my name is so-and-so. My name is Adrian Frey from Houston, Texas, shooting my quick video. That's it. You know, just get something out there. Just get something out there.
Yeah, because if you hide from the world, you're not gonna get what you want. If you keep in a cave, trust me, if everyone has the same self-conscious doubts, like they're thinking the same thing. You're like, oh, I wonder what they think of me, and they're thinking the same thing. So why don't you use it to your advantage and be like, oh, if they're going to be so preoccupied to think about how they're thinking, how they're looking, and how they're acting, they're not going to care what I do. So
Right.
I'm just not going to give a shit, and I'm just going to do what I want.
Right. That's one of the things they talked about this weekend too. Is like we're always worried about what this person thinks about me, and what that person's thinking the same thing. Like, what do we think about them? So everybody's worried about who's thinking about them when nobody really cares. So,
Right.
just do the videos and just keep posting them and have fun with it. Just have fun. That's
Another thing that you want to keep in mind, right, is what I got from my mentors, Avram and Nikki. You want to be top of mind with everyone in your network, right? So you want them to always be thinking about you. So the question you can ask yourself is, how can I be on top of my prospect's mind? How can I be on the top of everyone on Facebook's mind? So the best way to do that is to do daily Google Hangouts, to shoot a video every day or as often as you can, to post really valuable content, even posting lifestyle pictures. You go to a restaurant, take a picture, upload it to Facebook. You want to go through like training products and post what you learned on Facebook. You want to use your personal profile on Facebook as a marketing tool. You want to brand yourself as an expert. You want to have a cover photo that has you being an expert at something, like something very attractive as the cover photo. And you just want to keep posting valuable content, and you always want to be on the top of everyone's mind. You want to keep emailing people your blog posts that you're doing on a daily basis.
Yes, make sure your profile pictures of you, guys. You know, people picture pictures of flowers and dogs and all that. I know we love our animals, but if you got a picture of your dog, you need to at least be in the picture with the dog. You know what I mean? You are not your dog, and people want to see you. They might want to see your dog too. That's okay, but you need to be in the picture with the dog. All your profile pictures, stuff like that, need to be you. People want to see your face, just like the videos we talked about in the pictures. A lot of people want to do posts and, you know, just hide behind the text all the time. But it's 2014, guys. People want to see your video. They want to see you smiling. They want to see you laughing. They want to hear your content because they want to know you're real. There's a lot of scams and other crap out there. I don't want to start talking about scams and stuff, but just the online world is so huge now. People just want to know that the person they're looking at or reading about or reading their content, that they're real.
Right.
So, got to have some pictures and videos of yourself somewhere.
Exactly.
Yeah.
All right. I think this is a perfect place to end it.
Yeah.
You guys have gotten some good value out of this. So, yeah, we're here for you guys. We are here every day to help expand your minds, increase your belief, and help you travel and live the life that you want. Get back to the person who referred you to this, or if you see a link, click it. Just get in with us, join. Remember, the cost to be a Inner Circle member of the Traveling Mastermind is going up to $5,000 July 25th. So right now it's only about $100. So get with whoever brought you here, and that's only to travel with us to the events, right? That's to be a part of this core, because the Traveling Mastermind itself is going to, in a very, very short period of time, explode into thousands of people, because there are so many people who want what we have. They want to live this lifestyle, and they want to know that they can do it. So partnering with us means freedom to travel, freedom to make money on the internet, freedom to tap into this community of talented entrepreneurs, and to just reap the benefits of this kind of lifestyle, the 4-hour work week lifestyle.
Yeah.
And just get with us, and you can also learn with us and grow with us as well, and learn as much as you can, absorb as much as you can, because if you're not growing, you're dying.
That's right.
Cool, guys. Follow us on facebook.com/the Traveling Mastermind, and we will be here tomorrow.
All right, guys.
All right.
Happy 4th of July for you East Coasters. All right, it's already happy 4th over there.
Yeah.
See you
All
all
right,
later.
everybody.
Hang out.
Take it easy.
Good night.